On the farm tonight, you might think of farming in terms of growing or raising things, and in essence, it is.
But it's also about dollars and cents, and your bank account is affected by farming in Virginia in a big way. WFXR's George Nola filed this report for us.
Their vegetables or their milk don't just come from the grocery store. They come from a farm.
Milk, meat, poultry, fruits, vegetables, seafood, nuts, trees, it's all farmed here in Virginia to the tune of nearly $3 billion. That's the annual economic impact of agriculture on the Commonwealth. Beyond buying groceries, a lot of us don't have any direct contact with farms or farmers, but the dollars those farms generate touch each and every one of us.
And when you think about the power of agriculture as an industry, there's also what we refer to as the multiplier effects on the local economy.
What multiplier means in theory is the dollars spent by farmers on farm operations go to local businesses, which in turn employ people who spend their money creating more business and more jobs.
So it extends just beyond, what the farmers produce in terms of cattle and crops and things that they take to market. But they've got to spend their money to buy the inputs to be able to produce those crops and cattle and other livestock. So really that money circulates locally, and that's an important impact on the overall economy of a community.
One example, butcher paper, which we use a lot of, and freezer paper was $35 a roll. Last week I had to buy a roll, it was $100.
You hear that a lot from farmers. The price of things they need to produce, everything from paper to feed to fertilizer to fuel, you name it, has gone up.
People wonder why the price of food's going up, and it's like everything that goes into making food accessible at a farmer's market, retail store, whatever, is just going up.
This is one of our herds of cattle. We run an Angus crossed with Herefords. Right now, this group we're running a Hereford bull in with.
Johnny Divers raises cattle at Chapel Creek Farms in Bedford County. He says farmers have to be versatile.
Most days, we don't know leaving what we're going to be that day. One day I'm a mechanic, the next day I'm out here doing nutrition on cattle and grasses and figuring out what's going on out in the field. We do most of all of our veterinarian work. It takes a big means of education and educating yourself to operate a farm.
That versatility, that ability to wear many hats and to pivot when necessary is what's helping many farmers to overcome higher input costs and in turn keep the prices of what we pay for food and other farm goods under control.
George, when you talk about versatility, what exactly do you mean there?
Well, it could mean anything from changing farming techniques to shifting customer bases to experimenting with new crops or breeds to knowing how to do several jobs like Johnny there. Farmers are going to try and find a way to stay profitable at a fair price, and I emphasize that fair price aspect because it is a very delicate dance. Farmers have to cover costs. That might mean charging more, but they know if the price is too high, what they produce won't sell, and most of it has a relatively short shelf life. Once it's gone, it's gone. The thing that we have to remember in our economy, if farmers make a profit, it's usually a sign our economy is solid. That's good news.
Listen, we couldn't do it without farmers. They do not get enough appreciation.
Thank you, George.